Previously on Horsepower, Lindsay lost her last chance to qualify for the Mclay. Chelsea redeemed herself, and Brianne added the third championship to her throne. Now, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. The Mclay Championship is finally here. Brianne hopes to make history, but there's a pack of talented horses and riders gunning at her heels. The outcome is anyone's guess.
To win the biggest prize in teenage riding, you have to have one thing: a great partner. This year, two rival barns will go head-to-head to win it all. America's finest will be challenged by a long shot. This year, one of us will win the top honor in junior riding, the Mclay Championship.
For the last 2 months, 7 teenagers and 2 rival trainers have thought of little else but the Mclay Championship final. Now at last, the moment has come, and the ultimate battle is about to begin. Long shot Lindsay and her horse LV suffered a heartbreaking defeat and didn't make it through their regional qualifier. But 6 horses and riders remain. Unpredictable Chelsea and Donatello. Powerhouse Maria and a new equine partner. Wonder Kid Maggie and her horse Peter Pan. Seasoned veterans Natalie and Chagall. Trainers Kid Nico and 007. And the favorites, Brianne and Logan. Rival trainers Andre Dignelli and Frank Madden will do whatever it takes to win.
And we're going to win it, for sure. We are definitely going to win it. I'm not going to let the story end the wrong way. So we're going to win.
You know, I'm kind of feeling it right now. I think that, they're in a good groove. The horses look good. They've been really knocking at the door, and I think that it could be their weekend.
But only one barn will take home the top prize at the Mclay Championship Final in Syracuse, New York. And only one team will win the greatest honor of them all. At Beacon Hill in New Jersey, Frank and his wife Stacia run one of the top show barns in the country. Frank's trained Mclay winners before, and he's ready for one of his riders to win it again.
He might be in front of you. It's a little bit like, small army. Someone's got to keep carrying the flag, so if someone drops it, someone better pick it up.
Everyone knows the team to beat is Brianne and her horse Logan. Brianne's won 3 of the 4 equitation finals. Now, she hopes to become the first rider in history to capture all 4.
I always said I wanted to win a final. So when I won, you said it was like, oh my God, I won a final. Like, it's amazing. And then I won Washington. I was like, and then medal, and now there's Mclay. Absolutely no one has ever won 4. She'd be the first person ever.
The Mclay is just 5 days away. Brianne will face 150 of the best riders in the country. And the toughest of all may come from her own barn.
We don't have days off around here. Today's Maria's day.
Maria is one of the top 10 riders in the country. She's definitely a contender, but this year she's had to switch horses midstream. She was riding Amigo, a horse that Frank was training to sell, and together they won the Mclay Regionals. But with only 1 week to go before the Mclay finals, Amigo was sold. Now, she has just a few days to get to know a new horse, Diamond Rock, before the biggest show of the season.
This is a little bit of a Hail Mary we got going on here. This horse just arrived from Florida, and he's been campaigned a little bit for sale as an equitation horse, but he's never done it. Look. So we're going to try to whip him into shape to be competitive enough to hopefully win the Mclay final with Maria.
They have a long way to go. Diamond Rock is used to jumping big and fast, which makes him more difficult to ride.
You're gonna have to treat this horse a little bit like a stallion. You're not going to win with this horse by muscling him around, I'll tell you that. And we're just going to do a little bit more with him, so I get to know him and Maria gets to know him. It'll be a Cinderella story, though, if it happens.
I've always been used to riding a bunch of different horses. In this sport, that's just the way it is sometimes, and it's all about how you handle the changes that occur, even the last-minute ones.
Maria is considered one of the favorites, but Frank's youngest student, Chelsea, is an unpredictable long shot. Chelsea and her horse Donatello have had some disastrous moments this season.
You know what I call that? Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
And some real triumphs.
I am so proud of you. We're going to win this damn thing.
Chelsea and Donatello barely qualified for the Mclay final, so Frank has his work cut out for him.
I think it's just, you know, a mental thing with her, staying ahead of the game. She had a great Harrisburg, so I think she's probably looking forward to having a great weekend at the Mclay final. Things are looking good.
But Beacon Hill is about to get a run for their money. Rival barn Heritage Farm has been training hard and winning all season. Now, Andre's girls are ready to take Mclay gold and steal Brian's glory.
It's a lot more fun to win than it is to lose.
One of his top teams is Natalie and her horse, Chagall. Chagall is a seasoned veteran, one of the best equitation horses in the country. Natalie is one of the nation's top riders, but she's had trouble balancing her first year of college with her riding.
I haven't been able to go back to the barn and practice with Chagall as much as I'd like to. And it's my last year in the Mclay, so I really, really want to do well, and I'm really hoping we can pull it together in time.
But Natalie's barn mate, Wonder Kid Maggie, may just take her down. Maggie runs a little business training and then selling ponies to kids. Her own horse, Peter Pan, has given her some trouble this season.
That's the last time we're going to watch him go like a complete dog.
But lately, Maggie and Peter have been on top of their game. They may be unstoppable at the Mclay.
We've done a lot of work with Peter Pan this year, and he's come a long way. I used to kind of be worried how he's going to act at Mclay finals, but now I feel pretty confident, and I think he's ready for the Mclay.
Mom?
What?
Is all my show stuff packed?
It's now 4 days before the Mclay final. The riders at Beacon Hill are getting ready to head up to Syracuse, New York. Their horses will follow in 2 days.
Do I have to bring heels?
For what? We all have to keep up with school. Yes! Ugh.
I know.
We gotta go.
I'm not ready, actually, at all.
I got everything I need. Food and a whoopee cushion.
Keep an eye on the house. They're like watchdogs.
I know we're going to Syracuse, so I assume we're going north?
A 5-hour drive.
West. On the road to Syracuse.
All right.
Yeah! Woo, woo, woo! Yep.
Hope we get some luck. Off we go.
Syracuse, New York. With the Mclay Championship final coming to town, the city has been transformed. Teams of workers have labored all week turning the convention center into an elite equestrian venue and converting nearby parking garages into horse stables. 150 of the best teenage riders in the country have arrived.
Go right here, number 1. I'm telling you, she's gonna be the winner, okay? Only have your...
Each of them had to qualify through a regional final in their area. Now, only the best of the best are left. But back at Beacon Hill, the mood has suddenly changed.
Is there any possibility that we'd be able to get results from a blood back, like today?
The horses are scheduled to ship out to Syracuse tomorrow, but something is wrong with Brian's horse, Logan.
So with Logan, we noticed that he's lost a little bit of weight kind of suddenly, and we're a little bit concerned with the fact that he is a bit skinny and he's kind of seeming kind of lethargic to us. You know, he didn't feel quite himself, so the vet's gonna come and take a look.
With the Mclay just a few days away, Logan's illness is a disaster. Brian's chances for making history could come to an end if she can't compete with her partner.
Logan and I are a really great team, and we've been working all year to get to Mclay finals. So if he doesn't feel well enough to go in the ring on Sunday, I'd be bummed out. We've just worked so hard all year.
The thing that really concerns me is the fact that he's so dull.
Dr. Cates takes a blood sample that will be analyzed overnight. The next 24 hours are key.
Why don't we give him some fluids and vitamins now, just to pick his attitude up until we know.
Hey, Katie, this is Frank. How's everything at the barn?
In Syracuse, Frank checks in on his star pupil.
Maybe a little bit of raspiness. He's gonna give him a few jugs and, try and perk him up a little bit.
All right, as soon as you hear anything, give me a call. I hate to be a horse hypochondriac, but this is what I've always been saying. We don't need good luck, but we certainly can't have any bad luck, and I just hope this isn't the bad luck that I've been talking about.
It's down to the wire, and decisions have to be made. Will Logan be ready in time? Frank decides to gamble and ship Logan to Syracuse. To be safe, he also sends Brian's backup horse, Orion. Orion is less experienced than Logan, but he might be their only hope. Only time will tell if Logan will be able to carry Brian to victory. But the show must go on. After a 5-hour journey, the horses roll in, and their partners are there to meet them.
Like, geez, I don't know where I am now.
Logan and his backup Orion have arrived. Logan will be closely watched to see if he'll be competition ready by tomorrow.
All right, Double L, what's your happy face?
One of the few boys in the sport, Nico, has traveled all the way from Florida for the Mclay final. Ranked in the top 10 in the nation, Nico will be one to watch.
It's coming down to the grand finale for him. I think he really wants to win this time. He's come so close, and people have very high expectations for him. Tomorrow's going to be intense. It's, every kid out there, all 150 of them want to win the class. And he really wants to win and prove he can be the best.
All season, Nico and his mom struggled over which horse to take to the Mclay, their own horse, Rocket Z, or a proven Mclay winner on loan to them, 007. In the end, they went with the sure thing, 007. But anything can happen with horses. Will they regret their choice?
So I'm confident about choosing 007. He's pretty much our best bet, and hopefully it pays off.
Now that the horses have arrived, the riders have one day to get them used to the competition setting. But when a horse show is in the middle of the city, one of the biggest challenges is simply getting around.
This is the first time that we've had the Mclay finals. The ring is very nice, the footing is excellent, but the layout is difficult. Stabling is 2 blocks away in a parking garage. The schooling area is a block away in a very nice convention center type building. The horses are on concrete a lot, which is sort of unsafe, a lot of blacktop, so you have crossing guards and things. It's hard.
Over in the Beacon Hill camp, Frank has concerns of a whole different kind. Maria hasn't been showing up on time, and now Frank's about to lose his cool.
Where?
Maria's day is totally screwed up from the get-go. She missed days of riding this week. She missed airplanes. She missed everything. Now she missed her wake-up call this morning. Maria, just catch us off the right lead a couple times and get him to land right, all right? Because there's enough unknowns to her weekend with the horse she's never shown. But lead him to water, can't make him drink. That's my feeling about it. What can you do for me? What can you do for me? What can you do for me? I need this, I need that. Yeah, I need you to show up. I need you to show up.
So it remains to be seen. Will Maria's behavior take its toll in the show ring? Later that day, the first big event gets underway. The riders learn the order in which they will compete.
First name draw is Chelsea Moss from Medford, New Jersey.
Out of 150 riders, Chelsea's name gets called first.
You're coming right off a good Harrisburg, a good warm-up, and you're going to sail right into being our lead rider.
Chelsea's gonna go first and be number 1.
But first is the least desirable number, because you don't get to see how the course rides.
B for victory.
For Chelsea, this is a major setback.
I found out I have to go first tomorrow, which means that I don't get to watch anyone. I just have to do it all on my own, all by myself.
Even worse, the judges tend to be more critical when reviewing the early riders.
My one fear is if I go first, and what do you know? I go first.
It's the morning of the Mclay Championship Final, and things are starting earlier than usual. Much earlier.
It is Sunday, 1:20 in the morning. We've been here for an hour, and it's the last day. This is it. This is the end of the year. The horses are ready for it to be the last show too, though. Tired.
The horses may be tired, but they have a long day ahead. They'll need to be physically and mentally ready to handle the most prestigious show of the season. And that means getting plenty of warm-up.
Horses are just like people. Some days you get out of bed and you just wish you stayed in bed. And you just hope that on the days like today when you need them, that they feel right and they're sound and they're into it.
Andre is employing a little horse show strategy. Warm-ups are scheduled in the middle of the night, so he and his assistants ride the horses while the girls get extra sleep. On a day like today, every little edge counts.
I rode 3 horses in the last 3 hours, and I'm exhausted.
It's nice when you feel like you've done everything you can do, and now it's just up to them to ride to the best of their ability.
But over in the Beacon Hill camp, Frank is doing some serious plotting of his own. He's brought along a secret weapon, Olympic gold medalist Beezy Madden, who just so happens to be Frank's sister-in-law.
This is probably one of the best riders in the world.
Beezy is working on Maria's new partner, Diamond Rock, and putting him through his paces. To do well later, Maria and Diamond Rock will need all the help they can get.
The best thing about Beezy riding the horses in the morning is that she can spend 10 minutes on the horse and get more accomplished than a lot of riders, could do in a half hour, 40 minutes, or maybe never.
But the question remains, will Frank's strategy pay off? It's now 4:30 in the morning.
It's our living alarm clock.
On the horse show circuit, getting up at the crack of dawn comes with the territory.
Mom.
But when it comes to teenagers, the wee hours are especially painful.
We're all meeting at 5:20. I'm early as usual. Where are you? Oy vey, Natalie. Move your tush.
The Beacon Hill area is already buzzing. To everyone's relief, it turns out Logan was just dehydrated. Now he's ready to show, just in time. But for Chelsea, things are still uncertain.
It's gonna be hard on my
She'll be the first rider of the day.
nervous and excited. Just because you go first doesn't mean you can't get in the top 50 and then the top 10. It can happen.
As Chelsea and her horse Onatello get ready to show, the rest of the riders take their first look at the competition course.
Well, we're going to walk the first round of the Mclay course, and I just want to say one thing. We have 10 in it, and the winner.
As they walk from jump to jump, they determine how many strides the horses need to take between each and come up with a plan.
Mclay is really judged on style. We use lots of questions between the jumps, how many strides, the riders can take. So it's all about finding the jumps and finding the right strides.
You go right. All right, let's look at it one more time.
Today's courses have been designed by the judges, and one of them is the equitation superstar, George Morris.
George has a tendency to build courses that you walk them, you think they're decently easy, and then they turn out to be much harder than you think they're going to be. We'll see how it rides. I think it's going to be hard.
Here we go. Okay. Come on, let's kick some major Jersey ass, okay?
And now, it's the moment these riders, horses, trainers, and parents have prepared for all season.
I'm starting to I'm going to puke. No.
The Mclay Championship Final is about to get underway.
This is the moment, I don't care how late it is, how early it is. It's showtime.
At 6:30 in the morning, Chelsea leads the way. She's battled confidence issues all season, but Frank's hoping she'll put them aside once and for all.
You hear me? She's cool. She's confident. She's in her zone.
This year's Mclay consists of 3 rounds, and the first might be the toughest. It's designed to help the judges trim the field of 150 down to 30. This time, it looks like Chelsea kept her nerves in check and delivered the goods.
Chelsea, I'm so proud of you. You went up, you didn't need to see anyone go. You know your horse, we had a plan, you're able to execute.